Your cat's color was chosen before birth for the spiritual work it needs to do in your home. Black cats absorb negative energy. White cats channel divine light. Orange cats bring chaotic joy. Here's what every color actually means. Let's start with the queens and kings of mysticism, black cats. Egyptians believed they could see into the spirit realm, acting as guardians between worlds. Black cats don't bring bad luck, they absorb it. If you have a black cat, they chose you for a specific reason. Black cats are spiritual protectors who absorb negative energy before it reaches you. They're drawn to people going through major transformations, career changes, spiritual awakenings, healing from trauma, or stepping into their power. People with black cats notice weird things. Their cat stares at nothing for minutes, are avoiding certain people entirely, or suddenly blocks the front door like, nope, not today. Why? Black cats are psychic guardians. They absorb negative energy like a sponge, which is why they often seem more serious or mysterious than other cats. They sense energy shifts before you do, and act like supernatural bouncers. If you have a black cat, you have a spiritual bodyguard who saw you needed protection during this chapter of your life. If black cats are the mystics of the feline world, then the next color is their complete opposite, the class clowns who take spirituality way less seriously. Orange cats are the comedians of the cat world, and that's their spiritual job. Ancient cultures associated orange with the sun, the ultimate source of vitality. Orange cats embody pure, unfiltered solar energy. They don't just destroy stress, they recharge your spirit like sunlight after a storm. Your orange cat isn't just goofy. They're spiritually wired to inject life force when yours is depleted. Notice how they do the dumbest things at the exact moment you're spiraling? That's not coincidence. Their mission is to snap you out of heavy energy and flood your space with chaotic joy. They're literally interrupting your negative thought patterns with absurdity. Because laughter is one of the highest vibrational frequencies in existence. If you have an orange cat, you have a living antidepressant and a reminder from the universe that life doesn't have to be so serious all the time. But if orange cats are chaos incarnate, white cats are the complete opposite. And what they do is wild. White cats are often called angel cats because they embody the same divine qualities as angels themselves: purity, unconditional love, and the ability to bring peace in moments of chaos. White cats are believed to be messengers from the spiritual realm, sent to guide souls through difficult times. They often appear when people are going through loss breakups, burnout, existential spirals at 3 a.m. They don't just cuddle. They calm, they cleanse, they channel. White cats are energy purifiers and spiritual guides. Their presence brings clarity, peace, and divine protection. But here's what makes them powerful. White cats are mirrors. They reflect energy back to its source. They'll avoid negative people and toxic environments because they can literally feel the vibration, and they won't absorb what isn't theirs. When a white cat chooses you, ancient wisdom says you're no longer walking alone. A piece of heaven has taken feline form to watch over your path. Now let's talk about the cats that walk between worlds. The gray cats. Gray is the color of twilight, that liminal space between day and night. And gray cats, they exist in the in-between. In Celtic lore, gray cats were considered mystical guardians of the threshold, creatures that could sense shifts between worlds, even if they couldn't cross them like their black-furred cousins, the famous Kate Sith. Gray cats were the watchers, the seers, the ones who stood at the veil and whispered warnings. They're the emotional support witches of the cat world. They're calm, balanced, and incredibly intuitive. Gray cats can sense emotional shifts before they happen. They sense when something's off, before you even cry, before you even know you need to. They'll silently walk over and just anchor you, or stare at you like they know you're lying to yourself. Gray cats are emotional stabilizers and energy balancers. They don't just sense your emotions, they help regulate them. If you have a gray cat, you have an emotional support system that never judges, only comforts. All right, things are about to get spicier. Let's talk about the cats that are extra. 3 colors in one? Oh, they came here with missions. Calico cats are chaos and magic in one fluffy package. In Japanese culture, Calicos are literal luck magnets. The famous Maneki Neko waving lucky cat, almost always depicted as a calico. Here's the wild part. 99.9% of calicos are female. Their tricolor pattern requires 2 X chromosomes, making them biologically rare and spiritually significant. Calico cats represent abundance, prosperity, and feminine power. Their 3 colors symbolize the triple goddess, maiden, mother, and crone. Calico cats are known for their sassy, independent personalities. They don't just bring luck, they demand respect for it. Ancient sailors would bring calico cats on ships, believing they could calm storms and protect against disasters at sea. If you have a calico cat, you have a prosperity magnet with an attitude. And that attitude is exactly what keeps the wrong energy out and the right opportunities flowing in. But not all magic is rare. Some magic is so ancient, it's everywhere, hiding in plain sight. Tabby cats, the original OGs. Every tabby cat has an M marking on their forehead, and nobody knows exactly why. Christian legend says the Virgin Mary blessed a tabby cat that comforted baby Jesus, marking it with her initial. Islamic tradition claims Prophet Muhammad's muez saved him from a snake, earning the sacred M. Tabby cats are the most common pattern because they're closest to wildcats. The original hunters, survival experts, keen observers, loyal to the end. Tabby cats carry ancestral wisdom. They're the everyday mystics, the practical witches, the familiars that remember who you were 5 lifetimes ago. They'll sit on your laptop during important Zoom calls because they remember when humans used to prioritize them. They'll bring you gifts, usually at the worst possible moment, because their DNA still thinks you can't hunt. If you have a tabby cat, you have a piece of living history, a direct descendant of the cats that chose to live alongside humans. And that M on their forehead, maybe it stands for memory, because they remember everything. Or maybe it stands for magic, because that's what they are. Now we get to the cat color with the biggest personality, the tortoiseshell. Torties have what's called tortitude, and it's not a joke. They're intense, loyal, sassy, and they don't play. They are the spicy sisters. Across cultures, tortoiseshell cats have been revered as mystical beings. In Japan, they're believed to ward off storms and ghosts. In the US, they're called money cats for bringing good fortune. Like calicos, tortoiseshell cats are almost exclusively female. But unlike calicos, their colors blend and swirl, creating a fiery, unpredictable pattern that matches their temperament. Spiritually, they're boundary keepers and guardians of the unseen. They don't tolerate disrespect, and they will absolutely let you know when they're displeased. Here's what's remarkable. Despite their fierce reputation, tortoiseshell cats are intensely loyal to their chosen person. Once you earn their trust, you have a protector for life. If you have a tortoiseshell cat, you've been chosen by a spiritual warrior with zero tolerance for nonsense. She'll judge your life choices, knock things off your counter when you're being dramatic, and somehow always know when you need her, even if she pretends she doesn't care. That's tortitude, and it's a gift. Torties are fierce protectors of this world, guarding your energy, your boundaries, your space. But what about cats who connect you to the next? Pointed cats, like Siamese, ragdoll, Burman, Himalayan, are sacred. In ancient Thailand, Siamese cats were temple guardians. Only royalty and Buddhist monks were allowed to own them. Burmans even have a legend. In ancient Burma, when invaders killed temple priest Munha, his white cat Sin placed his paws on the dying holy man. The goddess Tsun Kyaung Kse transformed Sin instantly. Golden coat, sapphire eyes, but his paws stayed pure white where they touched the priest. That sacred connection between soul and cat became the Burman breed. That's the energy pointed cats carry. Loyalty that transcends worlds. Pointed cats are intense, intuitive, and vocal. Their piercing eyes and constant talking are believed to be spiritual downloads, messages from beyond. Spiritually, pointed cats are soul communicators. They're here to connect you with deeper truths, and sometimes yell at you for not filling their bowl fast enough. They'll narrate your entire day like a mystical podcast host, follow you to the bathroom because boundaries are a human construct, stare directly into your soul at 2 a.m., and somehow always know when you're sad, even if they express it by screaming louder. That's not chaos. That's divine communication. If you've got a pointed cat, you're not just a cat parent, you're part of a sacred dialogue between worlds. But what if your cat isn't just one sacred color? What if they're all of them? Some cats are too magical to be one color. Split-face cats, tuxedos, patched beauties with blended fur. These multicolored cats are walking paradoxes. They blend traits adaptable, mysterious one second, goofy the next. 1 minute, they're meditating on the windowsill like a sage. The next, they're knocking your crystals off the shelf. In metaphysical terms, cats with dual or multicolor coats represent balance, duality, and shadow work. These cats are mirrors. They reflect what you need, and often show you the parts of yourself you're ignoring. If your cat is a mix, they're basically a fluffy yin-yang teaching you to embrace all sides of yourself. And tuxedo cats, they dress like James Bond but act like Jim Carrey. If you have a multicolor cat at home, look closer. Every color they wear is a message about which parts of your soul are ready to be integrated, healed, and made whole. At the end of the day, your cat isn't just a pet. They're a guide, a protector, a cosmic furball with a mission. Their color isn't just fur, it's a frequency. And the moment they entered your life, that frequency matched exactly what your soul needed. You didn't choose your cat, the universe sent them. Drop your cat's color below and hit subscribe. The universe is watching.